سخر لنا هذا وما كنا له مقرنين وإنا إلى ربنا لمنقلبون اللهم إنا نسألك في سفرنا هذا البر والتقوى ومن العمل ما ترضى اللهم هون علينا سفرنا هذا واطوي عنا بعده اللهم أنت الصاحب في السفر والخليفة في الأهل اللهم إني أعوذ بك من وعثاء السفر وكآبة المنظر وسوء المنقلب في المال والأهل والولد.
Listening to the Breakfast Rush.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون
صدق الله العظيم.
You are listening to the Breakfast Rush.
اللهم صل على المصطفى حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام. اللهم صل على المصطفى حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام. You are the greatest man we look up to, and I stay faithful. I learn my lessons all through you, the final prophet. He led the way, so we stay true. I give my all and everything. Allahumma salli ala al-Mustafa حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام. اللهم صل على المصطفى حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام. صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. الله يا رسول الله حبيب الله عليه وسلم. الله الله يا رسول الله حبيب الله. اللهم صل على المصطفى حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام. اللهم صل على المصطفى حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام. He was respected, the most trustworthy of us all. We can never match him, but we try our best and give our all.
This Surah Yasin was brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your day.
There's something cooking at Murchison Spice, and its name is Elite Basmati Rice, available throughout the Middle East and now available in South Africa. Brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. Available in Golden Cellar and Premium White, high in vitamins and low in calories. Perfect for the health conscious. Contact Murchison Spice on 033 387 2121. That's 033 387 2121. Murchison Spice. Taste the East.
हम यहाँ बेकार की बातचीत करके आपका समय बर्बाद करने नहीं आए हैं। हम आपको वो जानकारी देते हैं जिसकी आपको अपना दिन शुरू करने के लिए जरूरत है। मजेदार, रोमांचक, जानकारी देने वाला द ब्रेकफास्ट रश निशाल सरवन और नाजमीरा कासिम के साथ।
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Fatima Kareem from Community Buzz. One of the highlights of Women's Month is almost here, and I'd love for you to be part of it. Join us at Her Mask, Her Story, a beautiful gathering of sisters filled with inspiration, heartfelt conversations, delicious food, fun, and wonderful surprises. Tickets are just 300 Rand, so don't miss out. Book yours today by calling Al Ansar Outreach on 031 208 1601. Let's make this day a day to remember, inshallah.
At this time of trial and worry, the blessings of charity are the ideal means to avoid calamity and despair. The Al Imdad Foundation gives you the opportunity to sponsor a share in a borehole in South Africa for just 1,000 Rand and provide what the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, called the best form of charity. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Your award-nominated Breakfast Rush with Nichal Sarawan.
You guys make our day with a ray of hope.
You guys always rocked. I've been inspired. You guys are totally awesome. There's no words that can describe how awesome you guys are.
I will always say TVR is the best. TVR brings joy into my home.
Thank you, TVR. Brilliant. Just keep up the great work. Let's hope management gives you guys a big increase.
Monday to Friday, 6 till 8 a.m.
Inspiration for the Ummah, your morning nasiha.
Now I want to go back to the ayah now, because it's related to what I said. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُم. So to begin with, Allah says that it is from among our signs. I want us to reflect on that statement. We talked about how we see marriage as an end in and of itself. Most of the movies, most of the romantic comedies, they end at the wedding, right? It's this big journey and all this kind of drama and conflict, and then the happy ending happens at the wedding. This is the same thing since we were little with the fairy tales. So the idea that we absorb, and believe me, we absorb it, is that we are going through life and our goal is to get married, or our goal is to be completed by another person. Our goal is no longer to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our goal is no longer Jannah. Our goal really is to get married, okay, and then after that it's to have kids, and then after that it's, to watch them grow up, and then they get married and they go to college and this and that. And those become our goals. When Allah here is saying something different, He says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ. What's an ayah? An ayah is a sign. Well, let me ask you this. What is the purpose of a sign? When you're driving on the road, on a highway, what is a sign? What is the purpose of a sign? The purpose of a sign is to direct you. The purpose of a sign is to point you somewhere. It isn't the end in and of itself. You're not driving on the highway, it's like, oh, I saw a sign to my destination, and then you stop by the sign. Like if you're trying to get, if you're trying to get to Virginia, and you see a sign that says Virginia ahead, like you don't say, okay, I'm there now, I got it, and you just stop your car. You know you're on the right track because the sign is pointing you in that direction. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ. Allah also says here, a sign of who? A sign of what? This relationship between spouses is a sign, but it's a sign of what? What is it directing you to? آيَاتِهِ. His signs. From among His signs. So this relationship in and of itself, this mawadda and this rahmah that Allah is describing is in and of itself a means. It is a sign pointing you towards Him, towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't stop there and you don't make it your destination. The problem with making it your destination is many things. One is that when you do get married, you're gonna face the disillusionment and disappointment because, wait a minute, Jannah didn't start. Like, where's Jannah now? I thought this was the end. The second problem is what happens to those who never get married. Literally, they are treated as though they are not yet full human beings. Am I right? They have not yet completed their purpose for creation. As though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us with the sole purpose of getting married and having kids. Nah, that's not the reason He created us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, as He says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, and He tells us the purpose. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Very, very clear. Allah says, I have not created jinn and human beings except for one purpose. So negate any other purpose except to fulfill ubudiyyah to Him, to worship, love, and know God. It is within that context that we get married, that we have a job, that we learn, that we strive. It is within that context. But we have to be very careful not to mix the means and the end. So these people who have not gotten married, essentially, they don't have one means to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one vehicle, one route, but that's okay, they can find another until Allah subhanahu, whatever Allah writes for them. But if it is considered the end itself, then that person is as though that person has completely failed the purpose of life. So this is unfortunately why we treat our unmarried sisters and brothers, or worse yet, divorced sisters or brothers, the way that we do. When are you going to get married? It's almost like, when are you going to be a full human being already? And then if they are divorced, wait, why did you stop being a human being? Or why are you now half a human being? We need to get things into perspective. Our purpose is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
TBR, it is 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg, and her name is Yasmin Mujahid. That's her name. Marriage is marriage, a change in perspective, is the title of this morning's Nasiha that we just listened to. Food for thought, as we always say, as we get into your breakfast rush on this beautiful morning. Kind of lost between the days. Got to make sure, confirm, yes, it's Thursday. Thursday, like the whole day today, Thursday. The weekend, as some would say, just one or two snores away and we'll be right in there. But the thing with that is, last weekend, before the anticipated, I suppose, long weekend, where you've got the Women's Day event that's coming, and you've heard about it through the advertising and all of that here on Radio Al Ansar. Nazmeera Cassim, as far as I know, is one of a few of our presenters that will be at the event. Naz, I'm told that you're writing an entire speech, a whole lecture, you're putting together a big presentation and all of that.
Not at all. It's
Not
going
at
to
all.
be
Not-
fun-filled.
Oh.
Not at all. The intention is for everybody to come together, to really just put your feet up, to relax, and to make time for you, which is something I think we don't do for ourselves.
Make time for me.
It's about, we don't. When last have you actually, intentionally done something for yourself?
Oh, it's been a
Unfortunately, not you, because you can't come and you can't be there. But for the ladies, for the sisters, just join us, inshallah. And I promise you, it will be such an experience that you'll book your ticket early for next year.
So tickets are, as far as I know, still available. Not too many, but a few still available. So you could call the office and have a chat with the ladies at Outreach. 031 208 1601. Telephone the office, have a chat with our sisters in the Outreach department, and they can tell you more about how you could book an entire table for yourself or your friends, your family, your neighbors, all of the ladies you want to bring along with you to this event, which it has become now an annual event and a much anticipated event, ladies event as well. So remember, it's ladies only, right? It's 6:30. Let's get into traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Bake Ermelo, a brand new addition to the Docrat Group.
Breakfast Rush Traffic.
Lieutenant Colonel Raouf, assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, how are you doing this morning?
Alhamdulillah. Thanks.
What's happening on the road?
Roads are looking good this morning. Not much happening at this point in time. We've had overnight rain, so there's puddles of water all over the place. There's more rain forecast for the day. Slippery conditions if you're going up towards Escort, Ladysmith. You can call that, the roads are very slippery. But obviously, it's been snowing in some parts of the country. Also, ice on the roads. Just be aware of that, please. It starts to become very slippery as it starts to melt. Between the Petermansburg area, Maestro Road and Manchester Road, Allendale, Manning and Ortman Road, all these ones that I'm telling you about now, the traffic lights are completely out. Please expect delays. The traffic department in Petermansburg have been notified. Hopefully they will assist at the big intersections. Truck broken down on the M7 westbound towards Pinetown just before BMW Supertech. Left-hand lane obstructed, so there will be delays on the westbound carriageway. The truck needs to get repaired during peak, otherwise it's going to cause major issues in that vicinity. Otherwise, the roads are looking good this morning.
That is fantastic news. Roads are looking good this morning. Great news. You take it nice and easy, Colonel, and we'll catch up with you in a while on the show.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. 6:33. Traffic on the Breakfast Rush this morning brought to you by these folks.
This traffic update is brought to you by Bake Ermelo, a brand new addition to the Docrat Group. Experience automotive bliss with our new Bake lineup. Check out our full range of our new Bake vehicles designed to keep you smiling mile after mile. Choose your favorite model and give us a call. We will answer all your questions. Contact us today on 017-492-0166 to get a quote. We don't only deliver nationwide, but right to your door. Bake Ermelo, a new member of the Docrat Group.
So I'm just looking at the time and thinking, okay, weather report, yeah, we need to give one, but then who doesn't know? Who doesn't know it's cold out there? But let's see how it'll change for the day.
The weather update. I think it's going to be playtime weather.
Well, listen, kiddies, use your imagination and you can play in any weather. For today, your weather reports for Durban, a clear 20 degrees expected as we get up to lunchtime. And then after lunchtime, a 58% chance of rain sporadically in the late afternoon heading into the night for Durban. For the better part of the day, early part that is, clear 20 at lunchtime. Clear 17 in Pietermaritzburg, Richards Bay, partly cloudy 19. Margate, partly cloudy 20. Ladysmith today from all of 2 overnight to a cloudy 17 degrees. Newcastle, partly cloudy 17. Johannesburg from 3 up to a mostly clear 19 degrees. Cape Town today mostly clear 21 at lunch. And that would be your South African weather forecast for today, according to the apps anyway. As the 2026 tax season continues, the Office of the Tax Ombud, in partnership with the South African Revenue Service, is taking its services directly through to the public in a special activation at the Pavilion Shopping Centre in Durban, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later on the programme. Talking about tax season, it is there. So Karwa Financial Accounting Services will be joining us later on the program, inshallah, to give us a breakdown on what is expected for tax season 2026. Get you some headlining news and all of that as we get through the program for this morning. Abu Bakr Khan says, Salams TBR. Yesterday, I saw 3-car fender bender on the N3 because of drivers not following at a safe distance. I'm off to Pietermaritzburg again today, right? You take it nice and easy. Abu Bakr can't just drive safely. Naz, have you had this happen where you leave a certain amount of distance between the car in front of you and yourself, obviously, and you're driving, and then somebody just pops into that space?
Yep, always. And before it would only be your bigger vehicles, so your taxis. Now it seems to be everybody, from the smallest two-wheelers to everything in between.
Exactly. So that happened to me yesterday, trying to keep a safe following distance, and just vehicles come in and jamming themselves in that gap, forcing you to slow down and move in. Now, if you're not paying attention, the possibility of you just bumping them or them hitting you on the corner of your fender is quite great. Now, you're trying to avoid an accident, so you get onto your brake pad a little bit. Now, here's the thing. I know you're sitting in the car and you're driving right now. Make good decisions. Make decisions not just for yourself, but for all other road users as well, just to keep it safe on the roads. Do that. Salams wishing Shakira a very, very happy birthday for today. So Shakira, if you're listening in, hope you have an absolutely great one. Comes from Rihanna Ismail. Fatima saying, good deeds are the currency to Jannah. Try to avoid laziness and hasten to earn them while you're still young, healthy and living. Because earning them while you're dead, I suppose, is not going to be, very, very easy. But anyway, remember, you cannot earn a single deed once you breathe your last. True story. So live wisely, from Abdul Razak and family. Brian Abraham says, Assalamu alaikum to you, brother. I do see your messages, sending salams and love to the crew as well. Fawzi in Pietermaritzburg, stay warm. Hajra Habib saying, a great attitude becomes a great day, which becomes a great month, which becomes a great year, which becomes a great life. So let's start at the top. Start with a great attitude. Hajra Habib in Santon in Johannesburg. Thank you for your messages every single day. Wahida Khan's out in Phoenix, sending salams to you and I. Here's one about driving now. No name on this one. Says, driving is scary everywhere for the law-abiding drivers. We are constantly making way for lawlessness. This needs to change. Have a cozy day. Agreed. Salams to you, Farah Khan, Sarah Bibi, Mustafa Parag. I see your messages as well. Jazakallah khair. Another day, another chance from Allah. Choose obedience over regret. And that's a message from Munira this morning. Shabir and Shaida Ali sending salams to you that's listening and watching in on YouTube as well. Zach is up in arms in the studio this morning.
What have you guys done?
It's not you guys, it's just Nichal. The peak on the cap is a little too long.
It's okay, just turn it around.
Because you see, if I do that now, then they're going to say I'm wearing a topi. I can't do it.
It's okay, everything is the perception of the mind,
There's
right?
a whole lot of shade coming down this way because the lighting is like right above my head. So Zach is sitting here holding his head like this, like, what do I do? Like, send some light from under. Anyway, we'll get you some of your favorite Naat and Nasheed on the program as we get through this Thursday morning. 6:40 it is. This is your Breakfast Rush on Radio Al-Ansar.
هذا هو Breakfast Rush مع نيشال سروان ونزميرة قسم.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Your future will be different. Different careers, different opportunities, different ways of working. So your education should do more than keep up. Regent Business School prepares students, professionals and leaders with practical knowledge, digital innovation, immersive learning and real-world experience for what's next. Regent Business School, teaching different things differently. Visit regent.ac.za.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
We love the Breakfast Rush.
लजपाल नबी मेरे दर्दां दी दवा देना हाँ लजपाल नबी मेरे दर्दां दी दवा देना जदों वक्त नज़ावे दामन दी हवा देना जदों अते नज़ावे दामन दी हवा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दर्दां दी दवा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दर्दां दी दवा देना मैं नात तेरी पढ़ना मैं जिक्र तेरा करना मैं नात तेरी पढ़ना मैं जिक्र तेरा करना ऐसे जिक्र दी बरकत ना मेरी कब्र वसा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दर्दां दी दवा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दर्दां दी दवा देना दिल रोंदा जांदे ने जदों लोकी मदीने नूं दिल रोंदा जांदे ने जदों लोकी मदीने नूं हुण सानू भी आका दरबार दिखा देना हाँ हुण सानू भी आका दरबार दिखा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दर्दां दी दवा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दर्दां दी दवा देना साइम दी तमन्नाए च बिठा देना भावे तैबा दे कुत्तियां दे पैरां च बिठा देना
It's one of those wake you up and say, hello, how you doing kind of recordings, you know, here on your Breakfast Rush. As we have this terrible habit of just playing you tracks in the morning that just get you up and, hello, it's a brand new day. Let's get it done. That's the aim. That's the aim from our side. From your side, I suppose the aim is to just get to your destination safely. Hey, with a big smile on your face. So let's see if we can help you get exactly there. The Rao brothers with some help on it. Lunch Ball, the favourite of many listening in this morning.
Take that smile that track has put on your dial, as Nichal would say, and spread it wherever you go. Just take that. Spread it, so that one smile goes to the other, and then who knows, they'll spread the smiles and we'll have a good Thursday, right?
That's the one contagious thing I don't mind catching. Honestly,
yes,
that smile, that's contagious. I don't mind catching it. Sarah Adam says, Assalamu alaikum. Yes, it's a wake-up call. Alhamdulillah. Sarah Bibi Mustafa says, top of the world, best station ever, Radio Al Ansar's TBR. Yes, you're right. It's one of those wake-up tracks. Favorites for Wahida as well. Anisa sending salams. Anisa Suleiman says, the world doesn't need more smart people with bad manners. Oh, say it louder for the idiot in the back. Sure, we need kind people with sparkling hearts. This is our truth. Really, there are far too many people, and this is just my opinion, I may be wrong. If I am wrong, forgive me, but there are far too many people with degrees that are absolutely can't see them. They're like John Cena.
But then do you actually have an education? You don't, hey?
No, you have one on paper. And that's where it stops. You have one on paper and that's where it stops. 6:48 now. Got to get into your headlining news from our end for the moment.
KwaZulu-Natal Transport and Human Settlements MEC Siboniso Duma has commended teams from the Department of Transport and Human Settlements for their response to the province's severe weather conditions. According to the Road Traffic Inspectorate, snowfall has been reported in the Drakensberg, including at Sunny Pass Border Post and Mount Fletcher. Duma said graders are on standby to remove it before it could accumulate to about 30 centimeters or higher. He said the RTI teams will coordinate possible road closures in snow-prone areas, including the N3 around Ladysmith, Coxstud, Underberg, Harding, Newcastle, the N11, Pietermaritzburg, and the N2 to prevent motorists from becoming stranded.
Listen, in that whole list, there was no Chatsworth, no Phoenix, no Belito, no Durban, no Overport and what have you. It only feels that cold.
That is a problem because all the areas that you just mentioned will now go there to see what they want to see.
So I say this to my kids all the time. I say, listen, if you want to feel the whole thing, just go clean the freezer. Go clean. Take that flat gadget thingamabob that comes with the fridge and go clean the freezer.
Horrible.
No, it's a long drive. It's a long drive. Oh my word! Outside of South Africa, United States President Donald Trump has pledged a major escalation against Iran after the latest Iranian attacks on U.S. military sites in the Middle East. Trump made the threat in an expletive-laden interview with a news reporter yesterday. The comments come a day after Iran said it attacked U.S. forces at a military base in Jordan, the latest salvo in a 5-month-long conflict.
Back home, the Section 89 Impeachment Committee has resolved to appeal the Western Cape High Court judgment that prevented it from proceeding with public impeachment hearing involving President Cyril Ramaphosa. The ruling, handed out last week interdicted the committee from continuing with the hearings pending the outcome of the President's review application. The committee met yesterday to receive a legal briefing from Parliament's Legal Services Division on the court judgment and its implications for the inquiry.
Do you believe that life hacks actually work?
Yes.
You do?
So many.
All right.
Do.
We all
take
have
half
that.
The time.
Well, it does. We all have that one little trick that makes life easier, whether it saves time, money, or just makes everyday tasks a whole lot simpler. So today we're asking, what's one life hack that genuinely works? Maybe you've discovered a clever way to stretch your grocery budget, remove stubborn stains, maybe your car, keeping it smelling fresh, make the perfect cup of tea, or get the kids out the door on time without turning the entire household upside down. Perhaps it's a kitchen shortcut that your grandmother had taught you, a cleaning trick that you absolutely swear by, or a simple tip that makes your daily routine so much easier. No matter how big or small, we want to hear it, because sharing is caring. Share your best life hack with us, and you never know, your tip might just make someone else's day a little easier. So, if you have them, those tiny little tips, maybe something granny taught you, in your childhood that you just kind of remembered in your adulthood and just started, pushing it and making headway. Discovered a clever way to stretch your grocery budget. Everybody and their nanny wants to hear about that one there. How do we do it?
Yeah.
How do we stretch that grocery budget? One life hack that I did share with Nazmeera Cassim about a month or two ago was when driving. Yeah. You got that amount of space that you could use from the top of the accelerator to the floor, so you don't have to use all of that space pressing that accelerator pedal all the way down to the middle to the bottom end and try to push it through the floor and using up all your petrol. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, 1 centimeter, you said, hey.
It's enough. I mean, your surname's not Schumacher. That's just a little life hack for stretching out the amount of petrol that your engine's using on a trip. And in this day and age,
incredible hack.
But does it work?
You've saved me so much of money. It does. I can have biryani once a week with that extra money that I'm saving. So thank you very much.
Hey, we know biryani is expensive.
Also, you have to leave earlier.
Oh, much earlier. Nuranisa, every day holds something to be thankful for. Very true. Nuranisa, thank you very, very much for that. Do appreciate it. Chew on something while cutting onions and your eyes won't water. Zerul,
really?
What is the something?
That is so cool, because I honestly just use sunglasses and it works.
You put your sunglasses on to cut onions?
Yes. That's the only way.
Inside the house?
Yes, because it stops your eyes from watering. It stops that burning sensation.
So I'm trying to figure out, do you put all the lights on in the house before you do that? Because you're wearing sunglasses now inside the house.
No, I can still see. It just prevents, again, that horrible sensation in the eye that comes from the onion. Yeah, it works.
But your eyelids are not moving up and down while you're chewing, right? Yeah, it didn't work.
Okay.
So Zerul comes through and he says, hey man, chew bubblegum, chew bread, chew anything. Fazila's agreeing. She says chewing gum helps. So what's your life hack? What is your life hack? Send it through 060-904-1056 to make life a little bit easier. In any aspect. There's a life hack that I teach grooms. And all the brothers just went to the radio and said, put it off. I don't want my wife to hear this. I teach this life hack to grooms on stage at the Walima in front of his entire family and her entire family as well. And I make a point of getting the camera person to get closer, because now you've got all of these witnesses in the room, 150, 200, whatever, witnesses in the room, that the groom actually learned these 5 words to a happy marriage. 5 words to a happy marriage. Mondli, Now, I know Monli's not married, right? But Monli, grab a microphone really quickly. I have to ask a guy. I can't ask Zach. Zach's too young. He'll learn this in due course. Monli, salamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
What do you think are the 5 words? The 5 words that every man needs to know to ensure a happy marriage. This is we're talking life hacks today.
They need to know from their spouse or
from their for themselves. What 5 words do you think these guys need to know for themselves to ensure a happy marriage?
I think
it doesn't have to be a sentence. It's just 5 words.
Not really 5 words. For me, 2 would stand out.
2?
Yes.
Oh, which 2?
I feel they're powerful.
Yeah.
I'm not married, yes. I'm young, trying to get a spouse, fine. But
how's that for an advert?
Yeah, but from what I've seen in my analysis is there's 2 things that stand out. There's nothing best where you leave for work and then your spouse will tell you they love you. You know?
Yeah.
Love from family, you can conquer anything.
Yeah.
And then most of all on top is respect.
Right.
For me, those 2 really stand out for me.
Zayrul sends in a message. I think he's married.
Yeah.
For a long time and he got it wrong. He got it wrong. His wife is listening and she's agreeing. She doesn't even know what 5 words I said. Or he texted in. But she already knows Zayrul got it wrong. They're nice words. They're lovely words. They're beautiful words. Words like this. Love, trust, respect, communication, forgiveness. Those are brilliant words.
Yeah.
Brilliant words, but not the 5 words that I'm thinking. Monli, say I'm sorry.
Say I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, louder, because the guys in the back didn't hear you. The back seat didn't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Why?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Exactly. Stop right there. You married. Right?
Oh.
This is the life hack that I'm teaching.
Yes.
This is the life hack that you are married. The first 2 words you must learn as a man, as a married man, is I'm sorry. Yeah. And then when I ask you why and you say you don't know, the answer to that is exactly
yes, no.
Just learn the words.
Yeah, somebody told me that.
Yeah, just learn the other 3 words.
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah.
He just says, yeah.
Nod your head on the same point.
Smile and wave. Smile and wave. So the life hack that we teach to guys that just got married is, and Muhammad Bilal got it almost correct, right? His 5 words are, you are right, I'm wrong. That's brother Muhammad Bilal who sends that through. You 95% there, my brother. Well done. So the first 2 words and life hacks, first 2 words that married guys need to learn, and ladies, you let me know if I'm right, is I'm sorry. It's not necessary to know why you're sorry. You don't worry about that. You don't need to worry about why you're sorry. Just say I'm sorry. So learn those 2 words. And then the next 2 words, base or 3 words, you are right. Again, you don't need to know why she's right. Just how do you end an argument with somebody that just doesn't want to comprehend?
What?
No, you don't ever say that. That leads to another conversation. That might lead to a 3rd mother-in-law in the relationship.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Hungry for something delicious? Visit the Al Ansar Deli for freshly prepared meals, sandwiches, savories, sweet treats, and refreshing drinks. Whether you're grabbing lunch, meeting friends, or taking something home for family, we've got something for everyone. Fresh, convenient, affordable. The Al Ansar Deli. Taste the difference today.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
This is Zara Powell and I only listen to The Breakfast Rush.
The Breakfast Rush Main News Bulletin.
Making news this hour, KZN set to lead final voter registration drive this weekend. And Turkey takes historic step on energy alliance with Iraq. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hadra Kota. KwaZulu-Natal is expected to be the busiest province during the final voter registration drive this weekend. The Independent Electoral Commission says that just over 5,000 voting stations will open across the province on Saturday and Sunday. Chief Electoral Officer Sam Amabolo says that KZN accounts for the largest share of the country's 23,699 registration stations. He adds that during the June drive, 74% of registrations were completed through its online registration portal. Mamabola says that they also scrapped 7 voting districts and merged others due to low registration activity. All stations will operate from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. this weekend. The South African Human Rights Commission has confirmed an investigation into alleged failures in the reporting and investigation of suspected rape cases. It has received an evidence from the Democratic Alliance. The probe will look into whether the police as well as the Health and Social Development Ministries are complying with laws that require suspected child sexual abuse to be reported. The party says that responses to parliamentary questions submitted to the SAPS and the National Prosecuting Authority suggest that many suspected rape cases are either not being reported, not properly investigated, or not prosecuted. Meanwhile, the South African Police Service National Counterfeit and Illicit Goods Unit, together with the South African Revenue Service, embarked on a raid on shops suspected of selling counterfeit goods in the Johannesburg CBD. This was part of a multidisciplinary takedown of illicit trade. According to SAP's national spokesperson, Amanda van Beek, the raids were carried out under a search warrant to uphold the law and specified in the Counterfeit Goods Act of 1997. The South African Revenue Service has noted increasing use of AI among scammers to generate realistic-looking correspondence from tax services. This is making it difficult for many taxpayers to distinguish between official and scam notices, with the Revenue Service urging extra caution. The warning comes as SARS has identified a new wave of scams hitting the country, circulating via both SMS and email. As South Africa is in the midst of its 2026 tax season, any taxpayers who have filed their tax returns are particularly vulnerable to scammers looking for a target. And finally, Turkey might soon receive up to 1 million barrels per day of oil from Iraq after buying a stake in the British petroleum-run Kirkuk oil field in northern Iraq, according to Turkish president. The launch of the US-Israel war on Iran in February and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz elevated Ankara's importance for Baghdad, which pressed Turkish authorities to resume the export of oil through the Iraq-Turkey pipeline after years of suspension. A quick recap of your top stories this hour. KZN set to lead a final voter registration drive this weekend, and Turkey takes historic step on energy alliance with Iraq. And that's it for your news this hour. For Radio Al Ansar, I'm Hadra Kota.
Thank you kindly, Hadra Kota. It is your breakfast rush that you're locked into. Remember, topic of conversation this morning, the Specialist Communications and Outreach at the Office of the Tax Ombud, their representative Russell Mamabolo on the show talking about smart taxpayers make a difference. The campaign by the Tax Ombud. We'll be talking about that and more as we get further into your second hour here on the Breakfast Rush. Remember, you can visit Pelican Pharmacy, where this week's savings are worth the stop. Pick up Deep Heat Spray 250 ml for just 145 rands 90. Omes OTC 14s for only 79 rands 90, and enjoy 10% off Wow hair dye. Great specials, trusted advice and friendly service await you at Pelican Pharmacy. Now, here's the latest on the roads to keep you moving safely on your journey.
Breakfast Rush Traffic.
Colonel Rauf, Assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much. One new item to speak about. We have an accident, East Street and Lower Street in Pietermaritzburg. The recovery is taking place currently, so it shouldn't be long before they must get up. Don't forget about all those traffic lights not working in Pietermaritzburg. There's quite a few of them. Manchester Road, Allendale Road, Manning Road, Ottoman Road. So there's going to be delays. Those are main roads. Hopefully the traffic department of Pietermaritzburg is supposed to go traffic and just comply with the hand signal fee. We have the truck broken down on the M7 westbound going towards Pinetown, just before BMW Supertex. The left-hand lane is obstructed. Overnight rain still have some part of the water on the road, so be careful. You don't know what's underneath that puddle of water. Just be aware of that, please. We've got slow-moving traffic on the N2 northbound between the M7 and 380 due to roadworks. Slow-moving traffic on the N3 incoming between Paradise Valley and Spaghetti Junction. But the slow-moving traffic on the Southern Freeway incoming to Durban, taking the Victoria Embankment off-ramp. But with the slow-moving traffic on the N2 between Umhlanga and the M25, so due to roadworks as well. That's southbound. Then so there will be delays, allow for extra traveling time. The M7 westbound is also slow moving as you go past Hans Tetman towards Pinetown, St. John's Avenue. Just allow for extra traveling time with people. That's your second update.
Thank you very much, Colonel Rauf. Much appreciated. You take it easy, be safe on the roads, and we'll catch up with you in a bit.
So what happens to Kent now? Are we going to Sultan Bahu?
We are going to Sultan Bahu on the 10th. In fact, I'll be there the whole weekend.
Are we going to the beachfront?
No. Sultan Bahu moved closer to the beachfront. They're now at the Durban Exhibition Centre, so we'll go there.
So do I cancel the plans for the 10th?
I don't like that word cancelled. I'm thinking we'll move it to another date.
Yeah, so cancel for the 10th.
For the 10th.
1-0.
You're sounding so disappointed. I know. But yes, we won't be going to the beach on the 10th. Russell can't make it.
Everybody was looking forward to that.
Yeah, but Russell can't make it. He can't come and join us at the beach on the 10th.
It's fine. Don't worry about Russell.
More time.
Don't worry about Russell.
We'll put our own antenna up there.
Shame. No, but on the 10th, our broadcast vehicle is going to be at the Durban Exhibition Centre, so it's going to be difficult to move it out of there, so we can't go to the beach.
There's khair in every delay, Colonel Rauf. You'll make it better the next time.
I know that, but I was planning breakfast.
You were planning. You can still plan breakfast. We can still have breakfast. Russell said he can make it for breakfast. He can't make it to the beach. He's not going to go surfing, but he can make it for breakfast.
Because somebody said to me they were going to bring me cook sisters, and I was, hot cup of tea with condensed milk and cook
sisters at the beach at sunrise. Sounds interesting.
I have a plan. We'll still bring you the cook sisters. I give you my word. It will come on the 10th.
Inshallah.
Ameen. Assalamu alaikum, Colonel.
Alaikum salam.
There we go. Russell just heard about the beach and he got all excited. He was getting ready to talk about tax and everything, all those other interesting topics. But then he heard about the beach and there's a huge smile on Russell Mababolo's face at the moment. We'll chat with him after this.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenters of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
Radio Al Ansar welcomes your feedback. If you have a broadcasting related complaint, please put it in writing and address it to the head of the complaints committee. Include your full name, contact details, a clear description of your complaint, and any supporting documents. You can email your complaint to feedback@alansar.org.za. That's feedback@alansar.org.za. taxpayer.org.za or bring it in person to our Pietermaritzburg office at 240 Ortman Road, Willowton. Your input helps us serve you better.
Africa.
Give the gift of clean water with Africa Muslims Agency. With every water well or borehole you donate, your drop becomes a river, reconnecting communities to nourishment, education, dignity and empowerment. Sponsor a water well for 17,000 Rand in Africa or a borehole for 65,000 Rand in Afghanistan or Africa. Quench the thirst. Reconnect the soul with Africa Muslims Agency.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
The reality of life is that there are only two guarantees in life: death and taxes. Those are the only two guarantees you have in life. We're not talking about death today. We're talking about how we can make taxes easier for you. We're talking about how we can make your annual taxes a better experience as the 2026 tax season continues. The Office of the Tax Ombudsman, in partnership with the South African Revenue Service, is taking its services directly to the public through a special activation at the Pavilion Shopping Centre in Durban. The initiative forms part of the Smart Taxpayers Make a Difference campaign and aims to help taxpayers better understand their rights, resolve tax-related queries, assess SARS services, and learn how the Office of the Tax Ombudsman can assist when disputes with SARS remain unresolved. Whether you need help submitting your tax return, updating your details, or understanding the complaint process, officials from both organizations will be on hand to provide free face-to-face assistance. To tell us more, we're joined by Russell Mamabolo, Specialist Communications and Outreach at the Office of the Tax Ombudsman. Russell, good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Rush on Radio Al Ansar.
Good morning. Thank you for having the Office of the Tax Ombudsman, for having me specifically, to talk about what we will be doing, engaging with taxpayers at the Pavilion Mall.
Many people have heard of SARS, but they may not be familiar with the Office of the Tax Ombudsman. What is the role of your office, and when should a taxpayer approach you for assistance?
The Office of the Tax Ombudsman has been established in 2013, and the biggest purpose of the establishment of the office was to assist taxpayers who have complaints against SARS. It has been seen that quite a lot of taxpayers, whenever they engage with SARS and SARS gives the directive to say, look, it ends here, and everybody okay, it's fine. No, we are saying that it doesn't end with SARS. If you have a complaint and you are not satisfied with the service, processes, or administrative issues that you may have with SARS, you can bring them to the attention of the Office of the Tax Ombudsman. We are independent in looking into those matters, and obviously we are going to make an objective, assessment. And from the track record that we have seen, we have assisted quite a lot of taxpayers, in the past 13 years in existence. And hence, we are saying, look, get to know us, understand us better, and see how best we can help you, with your tax complaints against SARS. Whether you are an individual taxpayer or, a business owner, but we are here for you to try and assist you with those complaints.
The activation is taking place during tax season. What are some of the most common questions or challenges taxpayers typically experience at this time of year?
Normally, around this time period, we do get quite a lot of complaints, about not getting the tax refunds that were anticipated on the side of SARS. And quite a lot of taxpayers out there complain, some of them saying, no, why do I have duplicate tax numbers? And those are the issues, and it can bring frustration. Some people have to close off their tax matters, but however, there's consistent auditing that is happening on the side of SARS, verification processes that go on and on that are not being finalized, and it gets frustration because you want, as a taxpayer, we know that many people don't like paying tax, but we have to, all of us, but you want closure in terms of whatever issues that are there that have been that SARS is handling, and it can bring a lot of frustration, more especially when you don't know what to do and you don't know who else can approach whenever you need such assistance. Hence, our services are free. We want the public out there, to know about us, and hence we have joint partnership with SARS that let us go to the pavilion and engage with taxpayers and help them with the issues that they have.
What services will members of the public be able to access at the Pavilion Shopping Centre, and who would benefit most from attending?
From our side, as the Office of the Tax Ombudsman, we do have quite a process, to explain to the taxpayers out there what is the process of approaching our office. Some people don't know about their taxpayers' rights, and we say that we can come through and explain to you what are your rights as a taxpayer. And if you have an unresolved matter, whether it's a 2015 or old matter with SARS and it's still there, you can come through and we'll be able to help you. Some people, on the side of SARS are frustrated with the process as we speak, to say, look, I'm not getting joy with filing my return. I don't understand e-filing. How does it work? And if maybe there's also an administrative matter on the side of SARS that can be attended to immediately, it will be attended to at that particular time. But also, we are trying to try our best to educate taxpayers for them to understand our processes. We know that SARS processes can be cumbersome, but with the technology that is here around, and also with our support as well, we can be able to make sure that we give clear and public education, which is free of charge in any way. You don't have to pay anything if you engage with ourselves as well as SARS on the other side. So we are trying to make sure that we come there, have a face-to-face interaction, bring your supporting documents so that we can be able to see how best to help you resolve the tax matter that you may have at the moment.
If someone is planning to visit the activation to complete their tax return, what documents should they remember to bring with them?
Individual taxpayers, normally, they have to bring their IRP5, that they get, from work, and also IT3/A certificates. This is a jargon that we also need to explain. Your medical certificates, your insurance information, all the investment informations that you have at your disposal. You need to bring information. Make sure that if you do rental income and you have not declared, bring that information. If you are aware of whatever capital gains that you have had accrued, bring that information, but make sure you bring proof so that we are able to see if we can help you, speedily help you. Medical expenses receipts. Some people, SARS already have your information about medical expenses, but you have paid cash and you have not submitted this information. Definitely that those receipts, they will be taken into consideration. Bring your medical aid test certificate, travel books, log books, individual taxpayers, retirement annuity certificates. Make sure that you bring all that information. And businesses out there as well, if there's issues pertaining to VAT and you have been engaging via your tax practitioner and you are not getting any joy on the side of SARS, and you have a serious complaint that you can lodge with the Office of the Tax Ombudsman there, and we will definitely make sure that you get the assistance that you require.
Final question for this morning, Mr. Mamawolo. For anyone listening who may have unresolved issues with SARS, or who simply needs guidance during tax season, what would your message be, and what can they expect if they visit the activation this weekend?
What we are saying to taxpayers out there, if you don't have to be fearful of SARS, we know many people owe SARS, but they are sitting back and not coming forth and say, look, I have a frustration pertaining to this, what is it that I can do? Here's an opportunity for you to come to the pavilion. We will be at the, I think it's the Fencott Center, where we will be there physically, jointly with SARS. You will consult with SARS this side, and we will be here. And if SARS is unable to help and they are stuck with the process, we will come through and say, look, what is the issue? We will take up the issue and we will be able to, look into that matter. So come and engage with us and make sure that, we resolve that matter, because it will be resolved on the spot, to make sure that you gain access also to information and for better understanding of many taxpayers and tax practitioners, of course, around the area who do not know about our services. We will also be providing educational awareness and make sure that, you don't have stress during this, tax season. And hence, we go with this particular campaign to say that smart taxpayers make a difference, meaning that you have to stand up and ensure that you act so that your issues pertaining to SARS are being looked after and, that have been taken care of. You do have rights as a taxpayer and they need to be protected. And hence, our office has been established to ensure that we promote and we protect your taxpayers' rights in this regard. So we are at the Fountain Court, center on Friday, as well as on Saturday, all throughout from 9 to 7, and we will be helping taxpayers out there with information. If you are unable to reach us there, you are unable to come through, you can call our office on 0800 662 837. It's a toll-free number. You don't pay anything for that call, and we will be able to help you. There's more information on our website, www.taxombat.gov.za, and you'll get as much information as you can. So engage us. Let us see how best we can help you with your tax affairs.
I want to thank you for your time this morning, Russell Mamabolo, and very valuable information to our listeners. We wish you a wonderful, wonderful day ahead.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Have a good day. Good day.
You as well. Always a pleasure bringing valuable information to you, the listener of The Breakfast Rush here on Radio Al-Ansar. Talking about valuable information. On the other side of this quick ad break, we'll bring you info from one of our chief sponsors, the Cellular City Group.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
For gold and silver investors, the right partner makes all the difference. At IBV Gold, we are a world leader in gold and silver Krugerrands, trusted for over 21 years. Looking to sell? We offer seamless transactions and immediate payment for your Krugerrands. Whether you're buying or selling, IBV Gold delivers unmatched value, security, and discretion. Your decision is simple. IBV Gold is the place. IBV Gold, the most valuable decision you'll make. Visit us at www.ibvgold.co.za.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Ladies, if you're looking for the perfect way to celebrate Women's Month, I found it.
I'm Nazmeera Cassim from The Breakfast Rush, inviting you to Her Mask, Her Story, where inspiration meets fun, friendships are strengthened, and every moment is made to remember. Tickets are just 300 rands. Book yours now by calling Al-Ansar Outreach on 031 208 1601. Come along and be part of something truly special. See you there.
هذا هو برنامج بريكفاست رش مع نيشال سروان ونزميرة قسم.
This feature on The Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, The Workshop Durban, Megacity, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0.
Get the best of our Android devices available with cash, on cash, or if you want, you can pay in terms. We have contracts up to 3, 6, and 9 months, like the Honor 600 Lite 5G with a free starter pack. It's an Android 16 device. It's got a dual 108 megapixel camera as well as your 5 megapixel rear camera with your 16 megapixel selfie camera. We have a fingerprint sensor and 8 gigs of RAM inclusive of 256 gigabyte storage with the 6.6-inch display on this one. Available in black and a stunning green. Cash price for your Honor 600 Lite 5G, 8,999 rand. And for your convenience, this device accepts dual SIM. If you want to pay in 3 months, you can do 3,633 rand, 6 months at 2,289 rand, or 9 months at 1,764 rand. Apply with just your ID and upfront payment. So we don't need your credit history, we don't need your pay slips, just those. If you want another Android device, look at the Huawei Nova 15 Max. The device is a 4G device, also has the 8 megapixel selfie camera with your fingerprint sensor on the side, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, dual 50 megapixel and rear megapixel camera. Available today for you in black, in green, and in a gorgeous gold. Cash price on this one, 7,999 rand exclusive to our stores, or 3 months at 3,471 rands, 6 months 2,187 rand, or 9 months at 1,685 rand. We've got your Samsung Galaxy A57 5G as well, cash or your monthly payments, and so many other smart devices for you. Remember, all we need is your ID and your immediate payment. Get what you need at the terms that suit you, only from our set of Vodacom stores.
This feature on The Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, The Workshop Durban, Megacity, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0. Vodacom Shop. For smartphones, laptops, routers, asset insurance, gaming, IoT, payment platforms, and the latest gadgets to always keeping you in the forefront of innovation and technology. Home and business internet to ensure that you have the best connection. Plug and play home internet to fully installed fiber. Our infrastructure provides a resilient platform for your critical business applications, which will help your business perform best. Vodacom Shop at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Westwood Mall, The Bluff, The Workshop Durban, Umlazi Megacity, Bridge City Kwamashu, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0.
न्यूज, विचार और इंटरव्यू के लिए सबसे अच्छी जगह द ब्रेकफास्ट रश, निशाल सरवन और नज़मीरा कासिम के साथ रेडियो अल-अंसार के लिए एक्सक्लूसिव. Tell your friends about it.
The Breakfast Rush News Headlines.
The South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for damaging winds and waves between KwaDukuza and Kosi Bay. The conditions could make navigation difficult, disrupt small harbors and ports, and place small vessels at risk of taking on water or capsizing. Political parties have thrown the names of Advocate Sesi Baloyi and Griffiths Madansela into the pool of candidates to be considered to lead evidence in the President Ramaphosa's impeachment inquiry. However, a protracted meeting of the impeachment committee yesterday failed to debate the new nominations, as the meeting was consumed by deciding to appeal last week's court ruling that has put the brakes on oral evidence being heard. And finally, US launches powerful attacks on Iran. Iraq condemns US Saudi strikes on the country, with the Popular Mobilization Forces saying that 20 of its fighters were killed while 32 others were wounded. Israeli forces killed 2 Palestinians and wounded more than a dozen in attacks on Gaza, despite the US brokered ceasefire. And that's it for your headlines at this half hour. For Radio Al Ansar, I'm Hadra Kota.
As you travel today, remember Pelican Pharmacy is here to keep your health on track. Visit us at 262 Lenny Naidu Drive, Bayview in Chatsworth for friendly, professional service and all your healthcare needs. Call us to schedule your medication deliveries and enjoy free delivery on chronic medication for your convenience. This traffic report is proudly brought to you by Pelican Pharmacy, caring for your health every step of the way.
Breakfast Rush Traffic.
Lieutenant Colonel Raouf, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back.
Yeah, we shot.
Yeah, it sounds like you're inside a tunnel, but go for it.
I'm walking out of the tunnel. You can hear me?
Yes, I can. Please go for it.
Okay, let's get onto the roads now. Remember the traffic light in Pietermaritzburg? We spoke about this holding issue, so there will be delays in that vicinity. N2, northbound, still congested as you're approaching Spaghetti Junction. Into southbound, coming towards Komatsu is also congested. This is due to roadworks taking place. M41 eastbound, slow moving around the hairpin bend onto the M4. And the southern freeway is slow moving as well as you're coming past the steel bridge towards the city centre. That's your traffic.
Short and sweet. Thank you very much, Colonel Raouf. Take it easy. We'll catch up with you tomorrow morning, inshallah.
Wa
alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum salam.
Traffic on the show proudly brought to you by Pelican Pharmacy. And you can visit them at 262 Lenny Naidu Drive, Bayview in Chatsworth for friendly professional service and all your healthcare needs. Pelican Pharmacy, caring for your health every step off the way. We get ready for our conversation with the team from Karwa Financial Services, talking tax season and everything you need to know about tax season in a moment on the program. But you'd remember from earlier this morning, Nazmeera, we said to folks, please tell us about, life hacks.
Life hacks, yes.
Yeah, and then I kind of steered it toward marriage and those 5 words that I use as life hacks to teach grooms on their wedding day, the walima day, whatever the case may be, whilst I'm busy emceeing at their special events. And others have come through, like Nabawiya says, love, understanding, compassion, respect and forgiveness. Those are 5 words.
I love it. Communication is the key. See?
But what does it mean? You see, those 5 words, while I agree with you, they're lovely words. They're brilliant words. They should be in there somewhere. And I say somewhere because there's no explanation. Love, understanding, compassion, respect, forgiveness. They're not just words. They're headings for entire paragraphs, and the paragraph would be the explanation. So thank you for that. Do appreciate you sending it through. Durood counts coming through already.
One day in advance.
In advance. Kamranisa, please send through your Durood count tomorrow morning, inshallah. Not today. Today's Thursday. We'll take your Durood count on a Friday. So please, Kamranisa, send it through again tomorrow morning. Sister Farida, it's www.taxombud.gov.za, and you can get all the other information that you require from there. This morning, MH Osman says he's cooking paya and beans. I have no idea. What is that?
Nichal is coming to visit you straight after the show.
It sounds awful.
Trust it.
Like I said, it sounds awful. No offense to anybody who chows legs, but there you go. Assalamu alaikum, always on point. Jazakallah. Abbas sends us a picture of the sunrise over Durban this morning. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you very, very much. Salams, no reports on marches today, being a Thursday. Sheikh Imam, Nothing came through. That's actually true.
Alhamdulillah. I think they did it earlier on Monday. So hopefully they're taking a break today.
Maybe it was Thursday on their calendar. Who knows? But here's the thing. Fazila Kachi comes through and says, sorry, SORRY, does not make you big or small. Whether it's your fault or my fault, just say sorry. Now here's a wife who typed out a message that was supposed to go to hubby, but ended up here at Al Ansar. For everybody to enjoy. Assalamu alaikum to the ummah. Hide from the wife. This is Brother Imran. Hide from the wife when she's angry. Don't stay there for the fireworks. Don't do it. Don't do it. Good idea. Brother, you are correct. I'm correct. And that's how you stop a conversation with a person who just doesn't want to listen. MH says there's plenty of marches today. MH, please elaborate on factual information, not forwarded information. We don't want forwarded information. There's enough of that.
I think he's telling us he's marching to the kitchen to prepare that buyer.
Him and all the legs are marching to the kitchen. Abu Bakr says, 2 golden rules to a happy marriage. The wife is always right. When you feel she's wrong, slap yourself and remember rule number 1. The wife is always right. Right? No. Sure. I'm just looking at the time. Good thing my wife's not listening right now. She's already at work. But anyway, Nish, you must give my regards and du'as to beautiful and adorable mom. Will do. Jazakallah. Very understanding marriage for both of them is very important, and respect. Must have plain sugar beans with roti and fried chops and chips. It's the best. Those messages were everywhere. But I do appreciate them.
It's like the problem with the solution.
5 words from Brother Ibrahim. Always listen to your wife. 5 words. 5 words. At this radio station, I actually can ask this question. Which wife?
Right.
Which wife? Which one? Or as Nazmeera Cassim would say, which one?
The one.
Bilkish. I tell my husband his money is my money and my money is my money. Bilkish, you and all the other wives do the same thing.
That's true. Well done.
It's like in the wife textbook. It's like in the instruction manual. I don't know. Hajra. Hey, aunties are getting angry with Nichal this morning. Hajra Habib. Nichal, the 5 words only last 1 month most, and then it's forgotten. The best word is to just keep. Ignore what you don't like to hear. Might not be bad. 2 words only. 2 words only from Muhammad Inayat. You're right. Give us a short version. Salam Snish, the 5 words.
I think all the brothers also have the same manual.
Is the wife is always right. Shanaz, thank you for your message this morning. Farooq Khan, similar story. Honey, you're always right. It's okay. Oh, gosh. This is actually a question that came in, which I don't want MH to answer, because this question comes from Junaid.
Read it.
Is it okay to eat trotters and beans for breakfast?
Of course. For those that do, anytime. It's like how anytime is biryani time, if that's what you like.
No, anytime is biryani time. The hack that I use to make a meal plan for each week and shop using the meal plan. So you go shopping just using your meal plan. So you get what you require for your meal plan. That is a brilliant life hack right there. Brilliant life.
Great amount of saving as well.
Indeed. Fatima Razak in Phoenix, assalamu alaikum. Nuranisa says, wife is always the boss.
Love that, coming from a wife herself.
Yes, somebody who's been married for quite a while. If there's an argument, one should keep quiet. The sounds of silence can be elevating in certain instances. in certain instances. Salam, some tips to keep the peace. Listen with attention. Do not compliment another woman. Why? Always agree and never compliment another woman's cooking. Why? There was two whys. There were two whys in that. Salim, my brother, I gave you two whys when reading your message. You have to send me the answers, right? So he says, some tips for keeping the peace. Listen with attention. Agreed. Do not compliment another woman. Why? Always agree and then never compliment another woman's cooking. Again, why? Keep in mind, those two whys are coming from somebody who's been married for just about a quarter century.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
At the new Checkers Saxony Westwood, you'll find everything from our signature steakhouse classic cuts, expertly aged and ready for the braai. Try something exclusive like our Simple Truth certified lamb, responsibly sourced, free range, and raised without added growth hormones or promoters. Checkers Saxony Westwood, butchery, bakery, and deli, certified by the NIHT.
Your future in accounting starts with the right foundation. Regent Business School's SAICA-endorsed Bachelor of Commerce in Accounting degree prepares aspiring accounting professionals with the knowledge, discipline, and practical understanding needed for the world of finance, business, and professional practice. With flexible learning, academic support, and a pathway towards the PGDA, Regent helps you take your next step with confidence. Regent Business School, teaching different things differently. Visit regent.ac.za.
You are listening to The Breakfast Rush with Nazmeera Cassim and Nichal Sarawan.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
It is your Breakfast Rush. It's 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 FM in Peter Maritzburg. And keeping in that theme, today's theme seems to be taxing or taxes. Smart taxpayers make a difference. That's a campaign by the Tax Ombud that we spoke about a little bit earlier, and I'm glad you were paying attention to that. Got quite a bit of interaction on that topics. I'm really happy that you were paying attention to that one there, because now we're talking to the folks that can sit across from you at a table at the privacy of their offices and work out what you need to be doing with regard to tax season. For this tax season. So, in studio with us, we've got the team from Karwa Financial Accounting Services, and this morning joined by Zubair and Nabila, as they do every Thursday through tax season. Zubair, today we're talking about, well, firstly, Assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Jazakallah for having us again.
Always a pleasure having you in the studio. Today we'll be talking about all things provisional tax. Before we go into the whole story, tell us, what is provisional tax?
Nichal, we've covered this topic before, but just to refresh the memory of the listeners, is a provisional tax is not a separate tax. It is a process whereby a person pays the estimated tax every 6 months. So to rephrase, this is your normal income tax, which is paid every 6 months.
Who needs to pay provisional tax? Is it all of us?
There are two types of provisional taxpayers. The first is individuals who, apart from their salary, earn any additional income. To simplify, if a person earns a salary, but they also earn rental income or interest income, or any other form of income that is greater than 30,000 Rand per year, then they need to submit a provisional tax return. The second is your registered businesses, which includes companies, CCs, and individuals who trade as sole proprietors. For these taxpayers, provisional tax returns become compulsory.
So how does one register for provisional tax, and when is that tax paid?
So there's no separate registration for this provisional tax. It's just a matter of submitting and what is called an IRP6 at the appropriate time in making the payment. So the question you ask is, when do you pay this? It happens twice a year, at the end of August and in February. The payment made in August is based on income for the first 6 months of the year. Now, when we're talking about tax year, we're talking about from the 1st of March to the end of February. So 6 months from the 1st of March will be from the 1st of March to the end of August. And the second period will cover from the 1st of September until the 28th of February. So those are the 2 periods.
So for some, the provisional tax payment is in addition to the PAYE that is paid?
Yes, that's correct. PAYE is based on your income from your employer. So your employer will deduct the monthly tax paid over to SARS and then pay you, the employee, a net amount. But your employer has no knowledge of your other income. It is your responsibility to ensure that you report all of your income and expenses accurately to SARS. Provisional tax is calculated on income you earn aside from income from fixed employment.
Just jump in there.
Yeah.
Nabila mentioned something very important, is that people who are earning a salary tend to, let's say, forget that they have other income, or they hope that nobody else will pick up that they have other income. But in this digital days that we're living in now,
right,
it's just a matter of time before SARS looks at the bank statement and say, hold on, you said your salary is so much, but there's other income coming. So just an adder, just a filler for that.
What happens if it's a gift?
So gifts, there's part of the income tax is, if somebody can give you a gift, if it's over a certain amount, the person who's giving the gift becomes liable for tax on that.
Right.
So even that, so it's deemed to be donations. There's certain thresholds that need to be passed.
Yeah.
But the person giving the gift could be liable for donations tax.
Donations tax. Okay. So getting back to what we were talking about just a moment ago with regard to provisional tax payment, in addition to PAYE that is paid, let's flip the coin and say, what about those who are self-employed?
So the same principle for provisional tax applies. The tax is calculated based on the business profits. So self-employed people are deemed to be running businesses. They're working for themselves. Hence, nobody's deducting PAYE. So they should be paying provisional tax.
How is it calculated? Is it a guess?
No, it's not a guess. Payments are based on the taxpayer's estimated taxable income. So that's all your income earned, less all the amounts that are exempt for tax, as well as taking into account any permissible deductions. So for example, let's say we're doing the first provisional tax payment, which is due now at the end of August. The taxpayer needs to work out actual income less expenses from the 1st of March to say the end of July. Then you estimate the income for August. If the estimated tax is way off from the actual tax, the taxpayer will be hit with an understatement penalty. What we've also seen recently is that SARS is now auditing the provisional tax returns. So they want to see the basis of your calculation and how you arrived at that amount. You can't just, decide on an amount and say, oh, that's what I'll pay.
Yeah, the days of guessing are over.
What happens if there's non-compliance? What's the consequence of non-compliance?
So failing to adhere to the timelines as a provisional taxpayer comes with harsh consequences of penalties and interests. The mistake people make is to assume that they do not have to file a return or pay provisional tax on their other income because it is not that much. That is a big mistake. That not much mentality costs you later.
Oh boy.
What's the benefits of submitting provisional tax returns, Nabila?
Benefit, I'm not sure anyone will consider filing or paying tax as a benefit. But nevertheless, the first benefit is that it does help to manage your cash flow better. The second benefit is that you won't be hit with the penalties and interest. And lastly, you have more time to submit your tax returns.
So let's look at benefits separately.
Yeah.
So you get to break your tax into 2 to 3 payments as opposed to having to pay everything in one payment. If your total tax paid is less than 80% of what your tax should have been, then SARS will hit you with understatement penalties. So if you calculate and pay the provisional tax correctly, you can save yourself up to 20% in penalties. Non-provisional taxpayers have to submit and pay their tax by the 23rd of October, whereas provisional taxpayers have up to the 22nd of January 2027. So basically, you have more time to submit. Nichal, now that we're off that topic, I just want to add one thing that came that I thought about this morning. This whole SARS travel declaration, and I know it's not part of the script.
Yeah.
But just as information for the listeners, I saw a TikTok this morning.
Right.
And the lady talks about when you're traveling overseas, you have to do an online declaration. This has been in pilot from last year sometime. However, from the 1st of July this year, it's become compulsory. So any person leaving South Africa has to do online SARS declaration. And when they're coming back to the country, they have to do declaration again. What's important in this, and I think listeners need to pay attention to this, is, say for example, you're leaving South Africa, you're taking your cell phone with you, you're taking your laptop with you, you have some jewelry with you, and things like that, your chargers and your power banks and things, digital camera.
Yes.
It's very, very important that you declare that on your declaration when you're leaving South Africa. Because when you come back to South Africa and that custom official says, hey, Baba, come here. And now he sees you have a cell phone in your hand. Never mind it's broken and beaten down. He could charge you customs on that. So it's important when you're leaving the country, declare.
Even jewelry you're wearing.
Even jewelry.
Oh dear.
So I heard one of my clients told me recently that one of his cousins or somebody came back and they were at the airport and the custom official charged them for their cell phone which they didn't declare. It was their own cell phone.
Right.
And I thought, hey, that does not make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. And then I was looking at the legislation and they were correct.
Yeah.
Because if you don't declare it going out of the country, when they come back, they're assuming that you bought it
that you purchased it there.
So the jewelry, the big ticket items.
Right. Anything of value, really.
Anything of value. Because you don't want to come back and fight to the customer official and say, but I took it there and look at scratching. You're not
so, Zubair, the escalation to that question for me would be, at which point in time are they now going to start checking and charging you for the clothing that you took and went with you, for the underwear that you packed, for your toothpaste and your toothbrush? When are they going to say to you, listen, the lock that is on your suitcase, we need it to be on this list? I think, my question would be, does this happen in other countries?
Maybe not to this extent.
Right.
But in terms of the customs duties, customs laws worldwide.
Right.
Yes, it does happen. So there's an obligation on any traveler to declare what you bring into any country.
Yeah.
And what you're taking out of that country, and any extra items over and above the threshold you need to pay customs on. So it's something that's enforced worldwide.
Worldwide.
You see, South Africa has now gotten up and started enforcing the laws. In terms of your personal items like your clothing and stuff, I think anything within reason, and there are thresholds that you're allowed to take out, and I can't remember offhand now.
Yes.
But anything within reason. So let's say, for example, you took 5 pants, 5 shirts, and you went overseas, and you come back with 50.
Right.
Then obviously you're doing some sort of business, some sort of shopping idea.
So they're looking at multiples of the same item coming back. Like, I mean, if you go and you see a jeans you like, you buy 2 pairs because, you're not going to go back. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
But if you're buying 15 pairs of the same jeans,
that's retail.
Questions are raised.
There we go. I think we should delve deeper into that one day down the line and get more information to our listeners. I want to thank the both of you for coming through this morning. Always an informative conversation. Nabila, if somebody wants to pursue further conversation on topic, how would they get a hold of you?
They can contact us on 031 207 4440 or via WhatsApp on 084 578 6626.
Again, thank you both for coming through and have a blessed day going forward.
Jazakallah. Thank you very much.
Attention all taxpayers. Are your tax affairs in order? Are your tax affairs structured in the best possible way? Call Karwa Financial Accounting Services today on 031 207 4440. We specialize in company and trust registrations, tax planning, income tax, VAT, statutory registrations and other tax obligations, preparations of financial statements, business plans and profiles, obtaining government grants, obtaining business finance, financial investigations, restructuring and company restorations. Call Karwa Financial Accounting Services today today on 031 207 440 for individualized and personal attention.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
This hadith is sponsored by Ashraful Aid, International Humanitarian Organization.
حديث أدي قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أطعموا الجائع. Feed the hungry. To feed the poor and hungry is an action that will be greatly rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A Muslim should not fill his stomach whilst his neighbor remains hungry.
This hadith is sponsored by Ashraful Aid, International Humanitarian Organization.
Every month, your sadaqah can make a difference. With Ashraful Aid, you can automate your monthly sadaqah and give without having to remember each time. Set your amount once, whether it is 50 Rand, 100 Rand, or any amount you choose, and your sadaqah will continue to support those in need every month. It is simple, consistent, and rewarding. Automate your monthly sadaqah today with Ashraful Aid. Visit www.ashrafulaid.org. Ashraful Aid, with humanity, for humanity.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickfield Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
So, Nazmeera, we kept the certain messages for the end of the show deliberately. Like this one here from Raisa says, "So I'm the one who has crazy ideas. Heads up in the clouds, the loudmouth sources it as it is. Always doing something out of the box, and my husband is way more sensible and down to earth. And you know what? He's almost always right. 90% of the time, if he feels something isn't right or won't work, I'll step away from it and he would be right about it. Yes, few times I'm right, and then I'll rub it in his nose." But yeah, men can also be right. Thank you, Raisa, for sending that message through. Now,
the biggest bunch of bouquet, the biggest bunch of roses for you today.
Okay, so this is something I don't do. I do not buy my wife flowers. Because I don't want to give her something that is going to die.
Do you know we live in a world
That's
where you
the
get so
only
many
reason.
different types? They can last forever.
Why must I get her something that's fake? No way, you already got me, that's enough. That's enough. Hussein comes through and says, regarding the wife and husband topic, this is the only reason I say to have 2 wives, because then both will be competing for your love. So then there will be no arguments and no fights. You see, my dilemma on that whole one there is 2 wives come with 2 mother-in-laws. 2 mother-in-laws come with...
You have to go to Pelican Pharmacy every day.
My head is... Exactly. My headache got its own headache. Fahim comes through on topic with regard to taxes and all of that. And he says, guys, you must get your gifts in cash. Cash is king. I love it. You guys are the best listening into the program. Thank you so much. Hajra says, I also don't believe in giving flowers. It doesn't make any sense. Exactly. I must spend 500, 600, 700 rand on something that's going to die. No.
A bouquet is the most beautiful gift for one to receive.
What's your husband's name? I rest my case. Right. That's it for the show. Salah times.
Your Salah times for today on the 30th of July, the 15th of Safar, 1448. Make dua for Nichal after your Farad, please. He needs it. Zohar, 7 minutes past 12. Asr, 47 minutes past 3. Maghrib, 25 minutes past 5. And Isha, inshallah, 46 minutes past 6 tonight. Have a lovely, lovely Thursday. The root counts for tomorrow. Be the best version of you.
Inshallah. Yes, your Durud counts from tomorrow morning. We'll take them on WhatsApp 0609041056. Give me that for a second. I just want to, right, so you guys that are watching on YouTube, right? So selfie cam, and that's the fella that does the floating around. That's Brother Zakaria. If you're watching on YouTube right now, I'm the one that can't hold the camera steady. You see. So that's why it goes to him. Anyway, news coming up now at 8 a.m. coming through from Johannesburg. You that's listening in wherever you are, thank you for being the best part of this show. Do good, be good. Have an amazing
day. The IEC Figile Moya about why this is the final chance for people to register to vote before the local government elections.
When the president announces a date that the elections would be on November 4, it is an announcement. But once the Minister of Kokta